I played golf or been around golf my entire life. Obviously, to be a golf designer, you first have to be a player, and then you learn how to do defensive work, and you have to understand the game, and then the rest of it's technical work. But basically, my father, he was my mentor, very hard teacher, very tough, but he built the last original course to hold our national championship, Hazeltine, in 1970. He did many remodelings, as did my brother, on open championship courses. But to have an original work chosen by the USGA for our national championship, there's nothing more emotional that can happen to me in the game. And secondly, to have it follow my father, since the last original work is very personal and pretty emotional. Well, Chambers Bay, as the course has been named, is on a bay in the Pacific Northwest. First time our national championship has been put in that beautiful wild place with the Olympic mountains, and the setting is glorious. But don't get distracted. You better keep your head down and watch where you're playing. And you must think a lot about the shots you're going to hit. In fact, the tees are uneven on purpose so that you have to hit a shot where you commit to the shot, or I'm in your backswing. This course will play more like a British Open than a US Open because it's an authentic links style course with fescue grasses, hard by the Puget Sound, which is a salty sea, and it's all sand. In fact, some of the players, when they get there, if they haven't been there before, they'll think they're a month early for the British Open. So the finish after the beautiful par 3 charming hole 15 is right along the railroad tracks. You're playing right down industrial America, and that gives you this earthy sense of where you are. This is a part of the community when railroad trains go by. It's a drivable par 4 if they set the tee forward, but otherwise it's a drive and pitch to a very narrow green. Followed by 17, which is a par 3, again along the railroad tracks, and you'll hear the trains right there going by, but it's set to a green that's kind of like a seagull, wings on either side, and then a swale between them. So depending where the flagstick is positioned and which angle of the tees that are set up, the right-hand flagstick position is very tough, and that'll be Sunday pin position, and there'll be a lot of bogeys on that hole. 18 is a very flexible par 5 going straight back to the clubhouse, away from Puget Sound. So the bunkering pattern is set up at the 320-yard mark if they want to play as a long 4, or if it's a short 5, Mr. Davis, my good friend Mike Davis, added a very deep pot bunker in front of about 60 yards in front of the green, and it's about 11 feet deep, and we call it Chambers Basement. So basically, if you got to tactically think your way through to a very big green. Remember now, the US Open has never been won on Sunday with a birdie on the last hole. So I think that's what Mike has in mind.